What's up, everyone? I'm Ashley Smashley, and in this video we're going to talk about the need for attention. If you are new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. On this channel we talk all things spiritual awakening, the light and the dark, so we can become aware and integrate, because that's necessary to become the version of you that can live out your infinite potential. And something that's been appearing in my reality, because again, everything that appears in your reality is a manifestation of your consciousness and something that needs to be integrated. So yesterday I was working with somebody who was being very loud and boisterous, and I was like, God, that guy really needs attention. And then recently I was working at a house, and this child just kept running around by me and doing things to try to get my attention. I was like, that child really needs some attention, right? So you'll start to notice the different reflections, the same reflection in different people that start appearing in your reality as something that needs to be integrated within yourself. The need for attention. Okay, if you look at people and you think, oh, they're doing that because they need attention, that is your need for attention manifesting in your physical reality as a mirror. So most people have this program or this unmet need for attention from childhood, just because even the most attentive, loving parents don't know how to communicate effectively with a child. They didn't learn the appropriate skills to validate and acknowledge a child, but then redirect and correct them, like as far as like you don't get the attention that you need all the time, like right away. Or some parents will just feed the child the attention that they need right away, and they end up growing up to be super self-centered. So either way, like this unmet need for attention, it stems from our childhood, right? And this can be something as simple as you're on the phone with somebody and your child's trying to get your attention, and you're just kind of like blowing the child off because you're busy. And it's not out of like, you know, like this hatred or anger or anything with the child. It's you in that moment, like you didn't meet their need for attention. So they internalize that. And obviously it goes much deeper than this for people who face like real neglect like I did, not getting your needs met. And this can manifest in your life several ways. Like I notice when I'm acting out of a need for attention, this is the pattern of behavior. If you didn't see my last video that I made, patterns of behavior that are covering up emotions, right? So be aware when you're acting out of, not only when you're acting out of a need for attention, but when you see that in your life, if that's appearing in your reality, understand that's a reflection of your unmet need for attention. And once you start giving yourself the attention, you know, you make the time to connect with the truth of who you really are. And this is something I'm still working on, guys. I don't have all the answers, right? You know, I'm just becoming aware. Like, I still have this program playing out, this unmet need for attention from my childhood. You know, I've made some videos about my childhood. My dad killed my mom. I was all like in a crazy household, right? So I'll link that video down below. But there was a lot of neglect in my younger years and older, you know. So yeah, meeting your own need for attention and just the awareness of it. That's where I am. The awareness of this unmet need still existing within my consciousness. So that's not something that I've integrated yet, and something that I realize that I need to integrate because it's appearing on the screen of my consciousness. Your physical life is reflecting back to you everything that is going on within your consciousness. So if you see people that need attention, or they're acting like they're doing things to try to get attention, or people that talk really loud in public, they're trying to draw them attention to themselves. It's unconscious behavior, right? Or when you're doing something and you're not trying to get attention, but then somebody around you looks at you like, oh, they're just trying to get attention. Like, I noticed this a lot with one of my family members, and I receive thought transmissions and energy and stuff. So like when I'm around him and he looks at me like, oh, she's just doing that to try to get attention, and it's really his unmet need for attention that he's seeing in me. So obviously a lot of people aren't at that level yet. They just think that the people in their lives have like no they're not a reflection of themselves. Okay, so understand, once you receive the wisdom on how reality creation works and what we're actually doing here as humans on this planet, you will understand that this is an energy hologram. It is an illusion. You are God pretending to be a character, and within these lower states of consciousness where there's separation and we take on the identity of the character, you have an individualized consciousness that's projecting and creating your reality, every single thing that you experience. So when you start to see these things and the patterns that are coming up, you have to become aware and integrate, right? So pay attention. Do you notice other people trying to get attention, or you acting out patterns of behavior that stem from an unmet need for attention? Go into that and integrate it in whatever way. I don't know yet. I'm going to sit with that in meditation, go out in nature and see what comes up, and I guess I'll report back. All right? If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.